Well, I'm almost ready to start my 2024 voyage from Napanee to Port Perry on 100% solar electric power. I like to do one trip a year, and this year is taking the Trent Severn up and veer off at Lindsay, cut through to Port Perry. I've never been that direction before, so that's the plan. It's about 352 kilometers from here, and so round trip just over 700 kilometers, and I'm planning on 18 days to complete. If I see you on the Trent, then I will wave. Alright, it's 7:30 in the morning. I have just left my dock, and it's a little bit overcast this morning. Hopefully that will change because I'm not producing any power right now. I'm only producing about 50 watts. Going along at 8.1 kilometers an hour, drawing 930 watts, which is normal. My goal today is to get right onto the Trent Severn, and hopefully up to lock 6. That would be ideal. Any of the locks would be fine, but lock 6 would allow me to leave early in the morning for Glen Ross. So it's a beautiful morning, very quiet. I don't see any of the geese out. I got my coffee, and probably first stop, well, I will in about 5 kilometers from here, I'll be hitting a major weed patch that goes across the river, and that'll slow me down. I'll have to clean the prop off a couple of times, and that as I mentioned before, with the Torpedo motor, and this is my Torpedo motor right here. It has a wide diameter prop, and it's a real weed magnet, and I think all the motors like that would be similar, but it's very efficient, and so that's why I really like it. I do have some weed attachments that I made on there. I have a little collar to prevent weeds from wrapping in between the prop and the housing. That works really well. And I have a razor blade attachment that I made to help cut weeds, and that works pretty well as well. I still do get weeds tangled, and then I have to throw it in reverse, so that'll get rid of them all. So one thing with a solar electric boat, you have to be able to set a budget. You want to think of it like you're driving your car, and the gas empty light starts to flash, which means you only have about 50 to 80 kilometers to get to a gas station. You have to kind of think of it like that, because even with a 10 kilowatt battery bank, I have to watch my budget, and right now I'm drawing 1,000 watts. Technically that would take me 10 hours. I'd be able to go at this speed for 10 hours. I'm estimating to get to Trenton, to my destination today on the Trent Severn, is about 70 kilometers. So that would be about 8 hours. So that would take me down to about a 20% state of charge, not leaving me very much left in the tank. So luckily the solar production will assist me. However, today it's overcast and I'm hardly producing anything. Right now about 100 watts. And so I might have to adjust my speed later on and just go slower, reduce my speed, go slower, and conserve energy. If it turns sunny, well then that could change everything. We have lots of swans in this area on the Napanee River. These are mute swans. They're actually an invasive species. So they just started coming into the area about 10 years ago, but lots of them. And they can be vicious. And you can see some of the heavy weeds that I'm going through right now. And that is affecting my performance. Slowing down a little bit and drawing more power. Nothing I could do until I get about a couple of kilometers ahead, and then I will clean the weeds, and then I should be good from there until Trenton. Alright, I'm at Deseronto. And this is my 12-kilometer mark. Well, actually not quite yet. I'm not quite to that point. So I've probably gone about 10 kilometers. Drawing a lot of power, not producing a lot of power. So that is a concern. But anyways, in that direction that I'm looking is a Hayward Long Reach. And you follow that, and that'll take you out to Adolphus Reach, and then out to Lake Ontario if you're going to Kingston. And that's the way I went last year on my trip to Kingston. In this direction is we're in the Bay of Quinte now, and follow this direction, and I'll be going past Belleville and to Trenton. And at the very end of the bay is the Murray Canal, if I wanted to go through that, and that'll take you back out to Lake Ontario. But I'm going to be turning right at Trenton and entering the Trent Severn Waterway. And the town of Deseronto is over in the distance. I lived there for 22 years, so very nice little town. So just passing underneath Highway 49 bridge. This is the bridge that goes over from the mainland to Prince Edward County, basically Deseronto. So I got things adjusted a little bit better. I moved some of the weight around in the boat. I'm now traveling at 8.1 kilometers an hour, drawing about 930 watts, which is about correct. So just balancing the boat out certainly helped. So Big Bay can be quite rough. I have gone across it when it was pretty rough. In 2022 I did that, and yeah, it's similar to well, any large lake when the waves get up. Anyways, today is perfect, except for the sun. And we're kind of coming up to Sandy Cove. This boat's coming at me pretty quick. They don't slow down, and I have to basically turn into the waves and bob over top. But I think I found the problem with my midnight solar, why it is out of whack. Again, because I've been switching back and forth between 24 volt and 48 volt systems, and as I switched back to the 24 volt system, I mustn't have reset the midnight solar correctly. So it'd be 404 amp hours. Instead, I probably left it at 202 amp hours, because it's basically saying it's at 49% state of charge, but it says like 98 amp hours remaining, and that would only make sense if I had the configuration at 202. So anyways, I'm just going to do mental calculations for the day, and so I believe I'll be at about 60% state of charge when I get to Belleville, which is about another hour. You can see it in the distance. And again, like I say, Sandy Cove is right there. That's where I come and go swimming with my buddies. We'll moor up. We'll moor up together over there and swim for the afternoon, and then I'll head back to Napanee. So it's a long day of cruising just for a swim, but I like to do that. All right, there's my old buddy Ian and his sailboat. We just happened to cross paths just off of Belleville, so he's heading one way, I'm going the other.
Yeah, safe travels, Phil.
You too.
Yeah.
All right.
We should catch up sometime.
Over at the yacht club.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay, take care.
Hey, we'll see ya.
Okay, we're at Belleville now, and right over there is I can't remember the name of the point over there. Anyways, there's a yacht club over there, and just on the other side of that is the Belleville Yacht Club, which I've stayed at before. So we'll be going under the bridge shortly, and our battery capacity, from what I have calculated, is we're probably about a 65% state of charge right now, which is about what I expected. What I'll do with the midnight solar is, when it gets to zero capacity, because it is set up wrong, I'll just reset it and start it again as if it was like another 200 amp hours, and it could count down from there. So at least I can monitor the amp hours being used. Then I'll correct everything tonight. Trenton, the entrance to the Trent Severn is about another 20 kilometers, and then up to where I'd like to get to tonight is probably about another 8 to 10 kilometers. So grand total of 70K for the day if I make it to my spot that I plan to go to. And right now this is at 40 kilometer mark. So another 30k total to go. All right, we're getting, well, I wouldn't say close to Trenton, but we're halfway between Belleville and Trenton. So another hour, we should be hitting the Trent Severn. So we're making good time, despite not producing any power today at all. Overcast conditions are really bad. It almost feels and looks like it's going to start storming, which I don't think it's supposed to storm until tomorrow or maybe even tonight. However, I'll be out of the way and on the Trent Severn. Anyways, another hour and we should be entering the canal.